Hi everyone. In photography, it's the remains of the day that are often the prettiest. The most simple and familiar scenes around town can be lent a fleeting amber glow from the setting sun. Science tells us that it's likely the sun is this low in the sky twice a day, but it would take getting out of bed at an impossibly early hour to ever prove this. Therefore, I happily make do with sunsets. I tried to take a slightly different approach to these pictures. Often I can be quite random and themeless with my photography, which I do enjoy, but for these I wanted a stronger connection to bring them together. Even if the theme is just the time of day, I'm happy with the subtle look that unifies them. In some ways I see these as part of a little book that I haven't got around to printing, maybe because I haven't finished taking all of the pictures just yet. So for this unfinished collection, I walked around St. Ives for 4 or 5 evenings just to see the town in the hour or so before sunset. Some days I stepped out of the house a little early and the sky was still a cool blue, but it still meant that the sun was low and casting long shadows and shapes across town. In truth, it was only for a very short while that there was a golden look to the light. Really, to call it a golden hour would be overselling it. But I guess that makes the time even more precious, especially as these moments would sometimes be ruined by thick English clouds. Sometimes I'd look forward to my evening walk all day, and despite it being a mostly sunny day, the evening skies would darken, as if to say, "Not today, Chris, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after." It's worth waiting though, I think. I once heard some good advice for photographers, and it was simply to ask if your subject or scene is in the best light before you take your picture. If you are able to catch an interesting, fleeting moment or incident on the street, then the moment is the subject, and you can't be too fussy about the light. But if you pass a meadow or row of shops nearly every day of your life, then it feels quite lazy to make your picture in flat, unrevealing light just because you happen to be there. So here I've tried to wait for light that adds character and a little soul to these scenes I know very well. A little patience goes a long way. Aside from only taking these pictures in the evening, I also enjoyed the idea of using the same camera and lens for them all. The Fujifilm X-T4 and my 50mm f2 lens. The 50 is an unusual choice for me. For pictures around town, I've mostly been using wider lenses, but the 50 enables more deliberate composition, aligning and contrasting the foreground and background with much more precision. With this in mind, you might have noticed that I was initially quite taken by the moon. It became a distant, quite romantic reference point in lots of scenes. Maybe too many scenes. But what can I say? I was having fun. I'm still really enjoying using the X-T4, and for a few pictures, especially for this sunset, I used the HDR mode. I didn't think it was something I'd use a lot, but it's convenient and makes so much sense in the right situation. One click gives you a single file that's made from a stack of different exposures, and from that you can find details in highlights or shadows that would otherwise have been lost. I know these aren't the most golden of golden hour pictures, however there's an atmosphere to them that I appreciate, even if it's just the slightest wash of honey across some everyday scenes. So thanks for watching everyone. I'll post some outtakes on Instagram if you'd like to follow me there. My links are in the description. And if you're someone who gets up much earlier than I do, let me know if it's true what they say about sunrises. See you all soon.